touchdown like that. Go ahead, touchdown like that. Work the middle, work the middle, work the middle. Work the middle, work the middle, work the middle.
From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Vikings ready to go to work, led out by their quarterback in his third year wearing NFL, a Pro Bowler in Kirk Cousins.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play fake. Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. Leading the Packers offense out here, the same man who has been doing so since 2008. That's the great Aaron Rodgers.
And the question swirled around Green Bay all offseason in free agency and through the draft. Did they acquire enough pieces to help their all-star quarterback, Aaron Rodgers? Just think about the last 2 years for him. 51 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions, and rallied the Packers to 13 regular season wins last year and a trip to the NFC Championship game. He's still one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and the Packers are hoping to take the next step.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 4. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. It's really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I haven't been a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it. Defense is going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now here's a throw that's taken in by Tajay Sharp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. But Dalvin Cook's best game of 2019 came against these Packers. It was in week 2 early in the season, but he had 154 yards and a touchdown on the ground, though his Vikings actually wound up falling 21-16 at Lambeau. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. They give them 13. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Dean Lowry able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Tyler Irvin back deep. Yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit from the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this will complete right side to Funchess. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. at their 49-yard line.
Rodgers again now. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Rodgers will drop this underneath for Jones. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
The ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game. Trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 27, Cousins. He'll have a 1st down past the 30. And finally down at the 41-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
On 1st down, it's Cook. And they're one past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins. Little pitch and catch here to Rudolph. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
14 yards in.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. The 40. Past the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. A big run there by Jones. 58 yards. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And he's got it. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down. (3-3), a tight one after 1 on EA Sports.
3-3.
Kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Brought down. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have taken the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And it is up.
The kick is...
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23.
You see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They start the drive with Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
It's incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. He finds Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Second and 11. To throw, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Cook. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
From the 31, Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 19. Draw play. Cousins to Cook. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this, in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
The 6-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, they weren't messing around. First and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that, because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stopped the run.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Throwing is Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
But we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On 4th down, here's Green Bay's 3rd-year punter, J.K. Scott, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. A give to Cook out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
The 31-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action, Cousins. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down behind.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. Incomplete.
Cousins' pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and the 11.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. That is incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams.
Rodgers pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
With a handoff to
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
On first down, it's Jones. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Slant to Adams. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
13. Vikings 10.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10. at their own 23-yard.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or play.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
3rd down.
So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw Aaron Jones put together a very nice first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. 3 yards there to begin the third quarter. They also lead by 3 points. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Rodgers with the handoff.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Jamal Williams. And it's 3rd down.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10.
16. Vikings 10.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This will make it into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run it again with Cook. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
On the carry.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Justin Jefferson. Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys that may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with the recipe of the ground game. And this will complete right side to Funches. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st down, Jones. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers operating from the gun. That's caught at the 3. And did he get the football to break the play? No, he did not. They'll say he's out of bounds shy of the goal line, and they'll be denied on the 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now Abdullah will return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at
their own. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Cousins. That went into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Play action now. Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 12-yard line. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still 2nd down.
Second down, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They're going to run this with a tight end. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. The carry here for the big tight end. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Second and 11 now. Throwing now is Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They start the drive with Cook. Oh, and now some space to operate. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Cousins on first down. There's Cook. It's Tajay Sharp. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good.
Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Open man. Thielen is complete, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Dalvin Cook. The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They run, Cook, and this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now.
Makes the score Packers 22, Vikings 13.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard.
Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Jones on the run. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. And that one's going to be knocked away. And incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
At their own.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Just turned 18 right there.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
This guy's no hat.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Complete. Jefferson to target. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Cousins again. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
So first and 10 now from the 30. To the air again, it's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on second down. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he fends him off. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Cook. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll move him back within 6 now.
22, Vikings 16.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On the tackle defensively, Jaleel Johnson. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Working from the gun. Rodgers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Defensively a backbreaker. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Aaron Jones.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this will complete right side to Funchess. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Rodgers' throw going to be caught by Funchess. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Jones. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And now out comes Minnesota. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
11 yards there, 1st down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, it's Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jair Alexander. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Again, it's Jones. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, Rodgers. And that's complete to Lewis. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
After review of the play, the referee stands.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.